Hey, what's going on? This is Giles back here with one of these long videos, and today the topic is self-improvement. I've written down most of my notes here so I don't go with a lot of ahs and ooms in this video. If you can hear some sound, it's because there's a celebration going on outside, and if my voice is sounding off, it's because I've been terribly unwell since Friday of last week, so it makes it almost a week. Almost a week? In 2 days it'll be a week. So terribly unwell. Fever, cold, cough, everything. So just kick the table, okay. Sorry, table. Alright. So yeah, so I want to come back to making a few videos of longish form content, and may this be the first one. So the topic is self-improvement, and here goes. The journey of self-improvement is a long, continuous journey. One in which you constantly need to ask yourself questions truthfully, then analyze these questions, seek answers, and through these answers, learn how to either evolve, cut off, change, improve, analyze this new change, and then decide if you want to keep or discard said change and why. Now, this may sound like a grueling task because it involves so much thinking. And honestly, a lot of people these days don't like to think too much. They just like to play on autopilot. But if you go through this task, the rewards are absolutely worth it. When you decide to take an honest approach with yourself, and I mean when you really decide to sit and be honest with yourself and not lie to yourself, because once you start lying to yourself, I personally believe that that's the end of everything. If you can learn to lie to yourself, and you can learn to do anything else. So choose to be honest with yourself. And coming back to it, okay, this is how I do my version of self-improvement. I'll catch myself in a habit, and then I think about that habit. I think about why I do that habit. I think about the pros and cons of said habit, and what it's doing for my life and what it is doing taking away from my life. So I'm going to be a little vulnerable here, and even though I've written it down here, I want to say it as it is. I have this small little problem with gaming. So the thing is, whenever I have free time, I end up spending all of that free time just gaming. Okay, it's an absolute waste of time. I understand playing every now and then, but it'll sometimes be if I have a day off, that entire day, all I'm going to be doing is being locked in my room, playing video games. And the number one video game that I play a lot, if you're wondering, is Dota 2. My axe game is top tier. Okay, that being said, I also know that I'm getting older, and also, of course, along with me, all the other people around the world are also growing older. People who I love very dearly are growing older, and I'm talking about my parents. And I've always wanted to be a good son to my parents and give them the world, and treat them the best, and everything. And I've been also coming back to prayer a lot. I've been coming back to God a lot. I've been seeking Jesus a lot in a lot of things. And one day when I was sitting in prayer, I kept telling God, God, please bless my parents with a lot more age, bless them with a lot more life, a lot more time, because I want to be a good son to my parents, and I want to build wonderful memories with my parents. Memories that I could probably tell my grandkids or this and that, and just make them happy and live in a good family environment with them. And then I felt God ask me back. He's like, what about the time I do give you that you end up spending and just wasting playing video games? You could be doing things with your parents. And when that thought confronted me, I was like, shit, Giles. It really hit. It hit in a place where I was like, man, here I am asking for so much more time, but when I have that time available, present, in the now, when I have that time available, if I'm going to waste it, it accounts to nothing. And all what I want to do, like I have these grand plans that I want to do with them, like take them for tours and take them here and take them there and buy them expensive things. But then, I was kind of shown the beauty of simplicity, where you can just sit and have a conversation with your father or mother and have that family bonding time. And that's immeasurably, you can't put a number on it. So I've been making changes there, and I have been spending more time with them, so I'm happy about that. And it has had a positive, effect on the family. Like my mom's also been telling me, like, think like this is good and that is good, da, 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 da. And I end up talking with my mom, praying with my mom. I end up talking to my dad a lot more, and it's just amazing. So that's my example. So if you've come this far, okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of homework now. I want you to think about the things that you are doing on autopilot, okay? The habits that you have which are autopilot. Ask yourself what these habits do for you. Ask yourself what these habits do to you. Ask yourself whether these habits are good or whether these habits are bad, and whether you should either take away these habits from your life or you should keep more of these habits in your life. And ask yourself why, okay? Because why is a very important thing. Okay, these could be mindless habits, like it's either people you hang out with, wasting time scrolling, habits that make you run away from certain truths. Maybe these are truths that you need to confront. These truths are truths that you need to face honestly, and truths you need to overcome. And whether these truths are good for you and bad for you. Many a time also on your journey of self-improvement, people around you will criticize you because of their own automated habits as well. Everyone has their own version of you in their mind and they're not used to seeing a new version of you. I'll give you an example again. Now, I don't really drink very often, but the thing is, when I do drink, I'm capable of drinking a lot. So a lot of my friends all my friends get very happy that I'm going to be drinking with them, and they just fill me with alcohol. So they're like, oh, Jay's just drunk. But the thing is, I sat down with this, and it's maybe a once in a 3-month thing, or a once in a 4-month thing, or whatever. You did hear the top, right? I'm alone at home. Anyway, whatever. It's probably the neighbor. So yeah, so I don't really drink that much, but when I do, it ends up becoming a lot because no control. But then I sat with myself and I asked myself, what is drinking alcohol actually doing for you? I'm not able to train nicely the next day. I don't really enjoy it. I don't like the taste of alcohol. So why am I doing it? So I decided to stop, and since December of last year, I've not had a drop of alcohol. I've gone for weddings, I've gone for parties, I've gone for functions, I've gone for get-togethers, and I've not drank. And it's been good, it's felt good not to drink. And a lot of times people who are used to seeing me drink, even that one, pint or one, whatever, they'll be like, man, come on, just have one drink. It's just one drink. But the thing is, to me, I know this is a decision that I've made to maybe take myself from Giles 1.0 to Giles 2.0. And they are not used to this change right now. And it'll take these people time to get used to that change as well. So it's okay. You can say no and stick to it and not be pushed into it. So the whole thing about self-improvement is also at times then knowing where to draw boundaries for yourself and how to maybe keep away from people who hold you to an old version of yourself that you no longer want to be. At least while you're working on yourself. Okay, and on your journey, you owe no one any explanations. You really don't owe anyone anything other than improving who you are. And the only explanation you owe is to yourself, your innermost self that wants to become better. So on that journey, I do wish you all the best, okay? This is a little bit that I've written based on my small example. So I wish you all the best on yours. I thank you so much for listening to this. This is Giles signing out. Take care.